and welcome to another episode of Creatives Chat. Hi, I'm Rusty.
I'm Peter.
And Peter, who we got lined up for our show today?
Ooh, I'm excited, Rusty. We have a local Seattle creative. He's a music producer, a songwriter, an engineer, overall entrepreneur. Started playing music at the age of 8 with piano. Mr. Ike Watson.
Ike Watson, looking forward to meeting him. I'll be stepping into the back room, running the show from behind the scenes, and let's bring Ike to the front.
Oh, man. How's it going, Ike?
Yo, it's good.
Nothing much, man. I'm excited to get this conversation going because you've been on that entrepreneurial grind for quite a bit now. And that's one of the things why I want to really reach out to you and have you on the show because I love what you're doing right now, man. I love it.
Appreciate it, bro. Appreciate it.
Well, why don't you tell the viewers a little bit about yourself in terms of the projects that you got working on right now?
Okay, Ike Watson. You can check me out at IWP Music. Website is iwpmusic.com. I actually just recently launched a clothing line as well too, which is called Rich Nobody Clothing as well. So you can find me at Rich Nobody Clothing. Whether it's on IG or Instagram, IG or Facebook, also working on some projects with Macintosh. I was actually just in the studio with him for 2 days, 2 days straight, yesterday and Monday with him and Binks.
Okay.
And, who else? I'm also working on a personal project for myself. I haven't dropped a project in about like 4 years. So I'm super stoked to drop some music for people and let them hear. Also, I'm working on projects with artist Cash International, who's my brother as well too. Okay. And this is actually one of his shirts from his album release party.
Oh, dope.
Yep. And then what else, man? I'm also working on as most people know, I produce. I'm always working on like different I do a lot of different like producer funnels.
Yeah.
And then also which is pretty much like sales funnels, and also, but in that, I'm actually trying to help out independent artists and independent producers as much as I possibly can by giving them good game, as well as giving them beats or giving them MIDI packs or, loop kits, whatever the case may be.
Yeah, well,
so
I think that's one of the things that's so dope is like looking at the IWP Music. I just love the layout and the flow. I mean, because I was talking to you in the green room earlier, like I love to just listen to different producers' beats and just do my own vocal practice and freestyle practice over it. And I think it's one of the things is every one of the ones that I was listening to is just banger. Doesn't matter the style, doesn't matter the length of it though, man. And I think that's something that I'm very curious to understand, like, what's been your inspiration for not only music, but just doing things from that independent single artist level?
Man, I've kind of just had that mindset. Like, bro, my mom's really instilled that mindset into me, bro. Like, do it yourself, own it, you know what I mean? And reap the benefits from your hard work. So, and then also I had a situation where as far as like really going hard on the independent route, I had a situation where I was about to get a publishing deal with Primary Wave Entertainment. And we were in talks about a publishing deal. And a bunch of stuff happened and the situation didn't go the way that I wanted it to go. Excuse me. And from there, like, I really dedicated myself to learning how to get myself in front of people. And so I took on digital marketing heavy, and that led me down to pretty much where I'm at with independence. It's like, as long as I know I can build an audience and I can figure out a way to retain that audience as well too, as I continue to grow, I'll be completely fine. So no matter what it is that I'm doing, it could be me sitting on YouTube and just giving game to people. It could be me doing selling beats on my website. It could be me putting out music. But as long as I can understand how the person on the other end is receiving that, and I know I'll be fine.
Well, from the user experience, man, it's nice, it's crisp. And I think that's one of the things that really, to me, is always eye-catching when you do have someone that stands out like that, considering we're in that era where everyone can really participate in this type of game now. You know, it used to be
Yeah, straight
incredibly
up.
exclusive. You used to have to pay for all these different sites. Now you can just make your own for like $20, pay a little bit every once in a month or just 1 year, then you got your stuff. But again, man,
Yeah.
like you have so much content too. I think that's something that like I just love seeing because it just shows that creative mind just always going.
Man, and I haven't even to be honest with you, man, I really need to update my website. I really need to put like I'm chilling on like 36 beats that I want to upload to my website, and I just been like, why am I not uploading them yet? I've been doing so much other stuff, but man, I appreciate that too though. I'm definitely about to upload some more stuff on there. I need to get some more bangers on there. Cause I don't know. I think there is for sure close to like 200 beats on my website.
You can go through. I was next one. Like, oh, that was run down. All right, let's get going. Let's go. I was over there for like what 30, 40 minutes just chilling.
Yeah, bro. Cycling through, man.
Exactly. And I think that's something that's really cool though, is like there literally is an infinite potential with what we can create. And I think that's something that I think all creatives kind of get caught up with. There's just so much content just in the corner in the shelves, just ready to go. So in terms of your new projects, now I want the listeners to know this man can sing. This man right here can sing and he can write. So what's some of the stuff that's going to be in the next project that you're coming out with?
Man, it's mainly just, to be honest, it's mainly just me singing, bro.
Yeah, buddy.
Like I'm straight on like I mean, who would I say that you guys could? I mean, like shit, like it's straight like goddamn Jeremiah, Chris Brown,
there you go.
Tory Lanez vibe, bro.
Gotta
like
get
straight up. Hell yeah, bro. Like it's straight on that vibe. It's straight for the ladies.
Dope.
But also, man, the project is a big dedication to my brother-in-law. He passed away.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And oh, it's all good, bro. It's all good, man. He passed away, and before he passed away, man, he would always be at all my shows, bro. He would always pull up to the house and just come function with me. We would smoke good, you know, crack jokes, drink, and man, he would always tell me, I'm about to put out a project with you, bro, called Fire Underwater, right?
Yes.
It was like, bro, he'd be like, I spit hot fire, you know.
Love got Dylan.
Yeah, Dylan. You know what I mean? So, bro, my project is literally called Fire Underwater.
Yeah.
And
yeah,
I'm trying to still see if I want to keep the artwork I have, but I'm using his face or him as the artwork as well too.
Oh, that's dope, man. See, that's something that's so powerful nowadays that people just don't even recognize. Like, I guess you could say we're all united by the sufferings that we experience. And when you have a project like that has that heartfelt backstory, yo, like it's always got that power of love behind it. And that's my vibe, definitely. So I'm excited for that to drop, yo.
Yeah, it's gonna be heat, bro. It's gonna be heat.
I'm not surprised. Because are you doing all the vocals in terms of all the beats that you're producing too?
Yeah.
You get a lot of like, yes, that's what I was saying. Like, that one can sing. That one can sing.
So I'm gonna be doing all the vocals for sure.
Oh man, that's so dope.
I'll see if I'm gonna get like a feature on there. It's not gonna be like no super big project. It's gonna be an EP. It'll probably be like 6 to 8 songs.
Whew. But I think again though, when you have that motivation and that drive behind it and that like the inspiration from it, I think that's when I always find that artists take things to the next level, is when you can really put that emotion and that just like that true experience of what you've been through into just into a song. Oh, it's so powerful. Yeah, it's so powerful, yo. So I'm curious though, when did you start playing music?
Oh, bro. I was 8.
Yeah,
I was 8 years old, bro, when I first really picked up playing the piano, to be honest. And I started playing the piano because I wanted to make beats. And my mom was like, excuse me, my mom was like, well, I had like this little rinky dink like Casio, bro. That was sitting at the house, like one of those ones that like it's like play along with hot cross buns or something, bro. You know what I mean? So my mom was like, you learn how to play this, then we can talk about, me getting you something so you can make beats or whatever,
There you
So
go.
I literally started doing everything that I could to learn how to play that thing, man. Like I would sit at church and watch the guys play the piano throughout service and or play the organ, and then
Mhm.
I would mimic those chords like after church, like right there on the thing, and try or go back home and play them.
Yeah.
And then man, I would tell the guys that were playing the keys and stuff at church, like after church, I'd be like, yo, show me what you were playing, like teach me what you were playing, you know what I mean? And so
Yeah.
I just slowly started learning different stuff, and
Yeah. Love it.
slowly started just trying to figure out different ways to play different keys and variations. And then also at one point in time, bro, I literally I went on the internet and I found like scales, like
Mm.
scale what the scales were, and I was trying to play them. Also, man, I got in band too.
There you
So
go.
like when I got in band, bro, I learned how to play the trumpet. I learned how to play the trombone.
Yeah, I
I
got
learned
you.
how to play the goddamn baritone, the tuba.
There you go.
Then I could play the drums a little bit too. So I was like, man, I just was like, I'm about to learn how to do all this shit. You know what I
Mhm.
mean?
Yeah, yeah.
And yeah, bro. So at 8 years old, that's when I started picking up pretty much all the music stuff, bro.
That's
Really trying
dope.
to learn how to play it at least.
Well, and I mean, I guess that just goes to show to like the creative spirit and just really wanting to manifest the world you want is that you had that curiosity and you applied it. And I think that's
Facts.
something that's like, yo, every creative's gotta have that. Every
Yeah,
creative's
bro.
gonna have that. Well, what was your inspirational moment when you're just like, this is it. I can do this. I got
Oh,
this.
bro, it was my moment was I was like 10, bro. And I was sitting in my uncle's basement, and my uncle used to make beats, rap or whatever, man.
Dope, dope.
His partners used to come over. He was actually pretty cool with Mac Dre too, bro.
Oh,
Uh
what?
yeah, my uncle
Yeah, in
was.
the back. Love it.
Yeah, bro. So bro, he let me hop on his keyboard at the time, and I don't even think it wasn't the Triton that he had then. It was like the one before that. It was probably like oh man, it was so old. He stuck a floppy disk in it, bro. so yeah, that joint
That's
was old,
crazy.
bro. And
Crazy.
man, I made a beat. I made my first beat in his basement, bro. And his partner thought it was tight and started rapping, bro. And I
Yep.
was stuck. I was stuck from then on out. I was like, oh yeah, I'm doing this. Like this is it. You know what I
That's
mean?
yeah, yo, that's legit. Like, I think there's no greater sensation to kind of get hooked on at an early age other than that, just like, ooh, people vibe with that. People vibe with what I'm putting out.
Yeah, bro. And I was 10. I was 10 when that happened.
That's a little chip
Yeah.
on the shoulder though.
Yeah, shoot. I was pumped. Oh man. Yeah, so I still remember that moment, bro. My uncle stayed in Federal Way too. It
Oh
was
man.
what school is that over there? Brighton Elementary. I still remember, bro. I'm telling you.
Busting
That
in fifth
changed
grade
my
being
life.
like well, I think that's just
And
the
that's
power of
actually the
music
uncle who
though.
I was talking about earlier in the green room.
Oh, the cookout?
Yeah.
There you go. There you go. It
Yeah,
all
man.
goes full circle. Well, that's just the coolest thing though, man, is that you've had that early inspiration and you stuck with it. Like I think there's so many people nowadays that when they reach one little moment of adversity with something that they're passionate about, they let it crush them. You know what I mean? But the fact that you had that perseverance to keep pushing through the decades to keep going, yo, it's
Man,
great to see
bro.
where you're at, man.
And man, I appreciate it, bro. I couldn't see myself doing nothing else.
Well, I guess that's one of the things too is have you ever had those moments where, you found that you've almost kind of fallen out of music and then just kind of been lured back in, or have you just been in it since the day one?
I would say, bro, that I've really been in it. If
I love
for
it.
people that really know me, bro, like they know that like I also played football my whole life too.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So it was like
Yeah.
music was my escape from everything else. You know what I mean? Because
I feel that.
I always was pushing towards other goals as well too while I was doing music. So
Love
like
it.
music was always my way to kind of get away. Sometimes
Mm.
now that it's like I do it more like for work and stuff, sometimes now it's like I need something else to do so I can get away. You know what I mean? Like I find myself like going to the gun range and stuff like that, like just
Hey, there
to,
you go.
blow off steam and just relax, or I'll go run like 2-3 miles, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Just get out into the flow, let things just express themselves freely. Well,
Yeah, man.
that brings me up to the in terms of the different projects that you're working on. Like, when did the clothing line come into existence? How long has that been in the back burner?
Man, for about probably like 3-4 months,
There you
to be
go.
honest. Yeah,
Quick.
probably like, yeah. I was and honestly, man, probably longer than that, to be honest,
Mm.
when I really started thinking about it. Cause I had worked on a makeup brush site for my mom's,
Okay.
and that was like a year ago. And then I started thinking about making my own site then, but I was trying at first I was thinking like I would do like custom jewelry or some shit like that.
Mm.
And then
Yeah.
I was like, nah, I don't even wear jewelry like that. You know what I mean? So I was like, nah, that's not gonna work.
Oh.
So then, yeah, once I had really got the idea down though, and I um, I figured out what kind of style I wanted for
Yeah.
how I actually wear my clothes. Because I mean, I wasn't really trying to like be like, oh, hella people will wear this or whatever. It's like if you rock with me, you support me, you'll wear it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's in conjunction with everything else that I'm doing. So man, I am. Hey, it did take me some patience though.
Mm. Oh yeah.
Yeah, it did take me some patience, bro, because it was a lot of tedious work. It was a lot of tedious work to think like to put my design together,
Yeah.
and
Oh
then
yeah. I bet.
also to see what clothes would look dope with the design.
Ooh. And I think that's something right there, though, is just the multifaceted talents of just like the creative minds and just the different expressions. Because I already commented on the glasses in the screen room, but I'm loving those sunglasses, man. The
Oh man,
ruby
bro, these things
reds,
are so fresh, bro. I love these joints, bro.
the ruby
And
reds.
then
No, I rock it, man.
yeah, bro. And then they even got like the little spring on the side, bro. I don't know if you can see it.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's like a screw right here. And it's a design right here, bro. These joints are, oh,
Custom.
I love these joints, bro.
There it
And they
is.
just fit so perfect.
There it is. Well, I think that's something that I don't know. It's so to me, I find it even more rare nowadays that you have people that are really that comfortable and just really carving their own path in life because of everything that's kind of like we're getting pushed down our throats, just with like what path you should do, what career you should have, how this is going to be your life. And one of the things that I'm really trying to dive deep into with you is what is it do you think that are like the most important qualities for like independent artists, creatives, producers, engineers, like that they need nowadays to survive and like strive?
uh, the number one thing that I would definitely say is to be completely yourself,
Yes.
because it's not about trying to look cool, be cool, none of that. Like people will rock with you because you have a cat named Earl. You know what I mean? Like, that's the truth, bro. And so, like, you just be you and be 100% you with no regrets. Like, just do
Facts.
you.
Big
And
facts.
the people that are going to follow you will follow.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
I kind of feel like another thing that I would say as well too, outside of like being 100% you,
Mm-hmm.
is, and I'm talking to myself when I say this too, is just document more of what you're doing. You know what I mean?
Ooh. That.
Like really document what you're doing, because people want to see. Well, for so long we've always seen the hero, right?
Mm-hmm.
We've always seen the hero, but now people have the chance to see the complete hero's story, you know, so they can see the entire story up until the point where you actually become the hero, you know, and
Yes.
that's what people love to see. So it's like, show them everything, you know what I mean? And just show them everything and be you in it at the same time.
I love it. I
Yeah,
love it.
and you will become not only your own hero, but you'll become other people's hero as well too, in that whole entire journey.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. And I
Then with
completely agree
those
with
with
that.
yeah. And um number three, don't expect it to be easy. Like, don't expect it to be easy. Not because it's not easy at all, man. Number four, bro, I would say always uh always extend your love first. You
Ooh.
know, always extend your love first to people, deposit love into people, bro.
Yeah.
And while you're networking.
Yes.
So
Oh
when
yeah.
you network with people, bro, don't be fake, don't be phony. Like,
Yeah.
people can read bullshit right away. You know what I mean? Like, people can read bullshit so quick because you sound full of shit when you're full of shit, bro. Just is what it is.
I wish
So
so many more people could hear that message right there. Like, we know. We know. We can
yeah,
tell.
people know, bro. They know when you're full of shit. So like, if you're completely, that falls back onto the very first point though, is like, just be you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But while you're doing that, be genuine with showing people love.
Yeah.
You know, because that network, you never know who you're gonna shake hands with, ever,
Oh, dude.
ever.
And you never know how, like, I always like how you put that too, where it's like you got to be you got to be your own hero, and then you're going to become someone else's hero one day. Like, you never know,
Yeah,
like, a small act of kindness is just going to be such a powerful inspiration for someone to like have a pivot in their life, or be like, oh my gosh, like he just revealed, or she just revealed something about myself that I never knew, you know, like,
yeah,
but again,
right.
it comes with that love, just being real.
Yeah. Man, what else would I say? Honestly, we're talking about independent grind, right?
Yeah, I mean, like, what are the most important things? And honestly, like, being genuine 100%, that's just my truth. I always tell people, like, I always teach my like spiritual students is,
Yeah,
everyone's always coming up with their own image of you in your head anyway. Like, you might as well just do
facts.
you. Like, it's just gonna be a never-ending journey of trying to fill someone
Exactly,
else's
bro.
shoes, and it's assumptions and it's imagination, like, it doesn't matter what you do. Is like, again, like, we have 8 billion people on this planet. Like, I love how you put that, like, someone will rock with you just because your cat's name is Earl. Like, I love it. I love that.
That's real, bro.
It is. It's facts, man. It's facts.
Well, the other things I would say, bro, is plan. You know, plan.
Mm.
Don't shoot in don't shoot into the don't shoot into the darkness, bro, with no aim, no goal. Like, don't just take off in a 100-meter dash and not know where the finish line is. You know,
Facts.
so you gotta have your plan in order so you can have something tangible to go back and see where you're at. You know what
Facts.
I mean? So
Yeah.
that, like, because if you're just working and you don't have no end goal, it's like, what are you doing? You know?
Yep. Oh,
So
oh, facts.
that's
Again, that's like life skills right there. That's not even like, no matter what you're doing, like, you got to plan. Because if you're not knowing if you don't know what you're actually putting out there, like, you're going to be getting used by someone else's goal.
yeah,
I see
straight
it.
up.
'Cause I like, and that's just, and I think that's one of the things that's really important, especially nowadays, is like independent artists, independent creatives, just doing your own thing. Is like, if you don't want something in life, it's not going to get manifested. Like,
Yeah,
you have to will your way into that position. You have to know what that goal is, and then just don't worry about it. Just roll. But once you know that, once you set your sails, just keep coasting. You'll get there.
I'm telling you, bro, blinders. That's it. That's the only way. Uh, man, bro, what else would I say? You got a plan for sure. Plan, do, review is normally
Mm,
what I say, do. But because
I like
if
that.
you can plan all day, if you don't execute, it doesn't mean anything. And then once
True.
you do execute, you need to, like I said, go back and see where you're at and what happened, how you could do better the next time. Cause man, only a fool makes the same mistake twice, bro.
Oh, like there's so many fools nowadays, though, bro. Well, I don't want to insult anyone, but I think that's just one of the things of the importance of review. And I know one of the concepts that always kind of did that for me was like sports. Like, I think you and me have that same connection with that, is like sports really
Yeah.
forces you to, like, you got to watch tape, you got to look at yourself, and you ain't getting through the film, unscathed. No one does.
Not with money.
What is that? What are you doing?
Yeah, exactly, bro. For all those that don't know, Monty Kohler is O'Day's head coach, where I went to school at. Peter went to school too.
Yeah, play football together. I think that's something right there, man, where the importance of just being your own coach in that sense, right? Just being
Yeah,
able to
straight
be
up.
that just objective truth, just being like, did I actually do that well? No, that was ass.
Exactly, bro. If you can't be honest with yourself, you're gonna be a bullshitter for forever.
Oh, yo. I think that's, again, though, that's something that I find that's actually really just lacking with a lot of people nowadays, is just that bottom like baseline accountability for yourself and your actions and
Man,
what you're putting out there into the world, or how you choose to respond to something.
yeah, I honestly believe that. Right with you, bro. I don't think a lot of people hold themselves accountable for their actions. Period.
Yeah. Well, why do you think that is, though?
Man, I think a lot of people want to just put themselves. Well, everybody wants to show their good side before they show
Mm,
everything else. You know what I mean? So I honestly feel like once people and insecurities are a lot higher now too with social
mm,
media.
true.
So I think a lot of
True.
people do that just to kind of uh supplement for those insecurities, bro. They don't want to feel like they're wrong. They don't want to feel like they can do something better uh because
Oh,
it makes them actually live in reality instead of their dream world, and the
oh,
story that they tell themselves every single day, you
preach,
know. So I mean,
preach.
shit.
It's facts, though, man. Like,
Yeah,
fear is the killer of everything in this world. And when you start really doubting and like living in that negative, like, darkness, you could almost say, you're never gonna feel that love and light. You're never gonna feel
yeah,
that, that warmth of the sun. And I think
right,
that's, you
bro.
hit the nail on the head, man, where it's like the social media, the kind of engineering for all that, it's geared so many people away from, like, the number one that you stated earlier. It gears so many people away from just not being themselves, because they're looking at
Yeah,
all
bro.
these fake ass bot filled accounts that have all these super inflated numbers of just like
Yeah,
fake this, fake that, wanting to shake your ass on the IG, like,
man, for likes and follows.
right. It's
I
sad.
don't get
It's
it.
sad. I mean, I kind of, I guess it's one of those things, though, man, where it's, if you don't really have your own passion, if you don't really have your own direction and your own goal, you just kind of want to do what someone else did. You see all these
Yeah,
IG people just getting these fake ass. I mean, it's just, to me, it's just, I'm a huge genuine. I love sincerity and just being real. Because again, real recognizes real. You can
right.
sniff the bullshitter out. You know what I mean?
Always,
So,
bro.
well, that's the point right there, though, that I really want to kind of dive into, is that, do you find that you've met a lot of that type of lesson like the hard way in life, or have your own kind of truth been able to kind of just, I guess you could almost say, turn the light on and make the cockroaches run?
Both, bro. Both.
Facts.
I would honestly say I'm gonna say the honest truth. If you're in the music industry and you're really playing the music industry game, bro, you're gonna get fucked at one point in time. Like, and it's not even because the reason
Facts.
that you're gonna get fucked is because of the knowledge that you don't have. You know what I mean? And the inexperience in certain areas that you don't have. Even if you do educate yourself, even if you do everything that you're supposed to do, bro, experience is the number one teacher. So it's like, bro, you know, you might have got fucked over and didn't know you got fucked over and liked you got fucked over. You know what I mean? Like, that's real, because you didn't know what you didn't know until you got into the situation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's why I say both, because there's been plenty of times where I'm like, what the fuck have I done? Excuse my language. I'm not, you know, I'm just talking, but like,
I got you.
you know, I'm just like, man, what have I done? And then there's been other times where it's like, you know, I was doing everything I was supposed to do, and you know, I didn't see the sidewalk sticking up and I tripped. You know what I mean? Hit scraped my knee up and had to wipe it off and keep going. So yeah, man, there's both for sure, bro. And then there's other times where it's just like you said, real recognizes real. You know, and it's just you can just sniff some bullshit out right away. So
well,
but yeah, man.
Well, I guess it comes to go in like the how I like to see it too is kind of everything is grace, right? Where it's, oh, maybe this deal didn't work out, maybe that did work out, but it's that lesson. And I feel like that's the stuff that people it just goes right over their head when like real things like that happen.
Never make the same mistake twice, bro. That's why I said plan, do, review, plan, do, review, plan, do, review. You gotta continuously get better, because that's the only way. I remember my godmom telling me this, because she's independent and she's an entrepreneur as well too, right?
Yeah.
And she told me, she said, the only way you can make more money is if you grow. So if that's the only way you're gonna ever continuously be able to generate more money, is if you're continuing to grow and learn more, because once the mind expands, it doesn't go back. Yep. And she dropped that gem in me, bro. And I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, so just go for it all. And now another thing, that when you said something about fear, bro, another thing that she had told me as well too, and I had learned from just like some of the books and stuff that she would toss me or tell me to read, is like false evidence appearing real. That's what fear is. Right. There's no fear, is learned behavior. So you just gotta, man, hey, that's another thing. Surround yourself with people that are like-minded. True. Or that are better than you.
Yeah.
More like the latter, though. Try and surround yourself with people that are better than you, bro.
Yeah.
With it, man. My moms used to say, "Goddamn, birds of a feather flock together." You know what I mean? So another perspective that I got on it was like, man, you hang around 5 broke people, you're gonna be the 6th broke one. You know, you hang around 5 rich people, you're gonna be the 6th rich one. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So you gotta kind of think like that too, man. Protect your energy and watch who you're around, because those people are either gonna help you expand your mind, or they're gonna keep you on the same level.
Yeah.
I'm going on like 3 years of being self-employed, bro. That's like a huge accomplishment to me. And honestly, it ain't been no walk in the park, bro. At all. Like, at all, bro. Like, it has been fucking hard.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's like extremely rewarding to know that I'm starting to be in different positions in different rooms where it's like, yeah, this is what I work for. This is why I quit my job. This is, you know what I mean? This is why I stay up goddamn 16, 17 hours a day and then go to sleep for 4 and be right back up trying to do something else again. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Yeah, that is so. Yeah, man. I've intentionally put myself where I'm at right now, and I plan on doing the same things on greater levels. You know what I mean?
Exactly, that evolution and progression. And I feel that, man, because I'm I think coming up on 3 years as well, which is funny, which is really funny that that's like the universal tilts. It's just like, oh, okay. Because I think I was really inspired. I was just, I was in between shifts and I was just listening to like Robert Kiyosaki, and it was just like
Yeah,
going through like Rich Dad Poor Dad. And I was just looking at his like grid, and I was just like, and that's when it really resonated with me that I was like, man, that's one of the reasons why I hate this shit. I don't want to be an employee anymore. I don't, well, because that's
yeah,
just bottom line. And I was just like, man,
yeah,
I see so many systems that are just inefficient. You know, they don't. No one wants to put in a position to optimize it. No one wants to put in the work. So I was like, man, I might as well just make my own stuff. And then
yeah,
that's what,
exactly.
it's what you said though, right there though. It's like you have to put in the work for it, but the outcome is so much more satisfying and rewarding. And that's just, I think it's a deeper connection that I guess a lot of creatives can share with one another, is like when you really put in that time and that grind and then it comes out exactly how you see it. Doesn't matter how it got there, but you see it, you finally get that bite of
Yeah,
success. You're just like, oh, it tastes even better.
yeah, exactly, bro.
People don't recognize that your inner environment manifests into the external world. So I think that's nail on the head, yo. Like
Yeah,
if you think in a poor mindset, what do you think's going to come out of it?
nothing. Yeah, nothing. Think and grow rich, man. That's a real man. That's a real thing. That is a
Really?
real thing, man.
Well,
Yeah.
I think that's something that, again, that like I know other people, they have like their a vision board, or they have, you know, they just write things out. I like list. I'll just write list out or write goals like that. And
Hmm.
if you don't actually get it out on paper though too and hold yourself accountable, it's like it's never going to come to fruition. It's like
Right.
that
That's
dance.
facts, bro. You see that back there?
That's what inspired the question, because I was like kept seeing it. I was like trying
Yeah.
to read it.
Yeah, man. And there's another one sitting right here in front of me that I've already knocked everything out on it. So it's
Yo,
just I just got these two up here that I'm trying to knock out now. I'm on that second board. I need to get on that third one.
I love it, yo. And again, like every creative has their own tips and tools to trade. And I think something that's really fundamental that I feel like really does unite everybody is that it's a never ending list. It's
Hmm.
not like it's something where it's like, oh, I'm done with that. And now you're done with everything. It's like, oh, no, no, no. This is going to keep going. I'll
Yeah.
check that box off, but I'm going to keep checking these boxes off.
Yeah, you have to.
It really comes down to just being your own genuine, sincere self. That's one of the takeaways I hope you're all listening for, is that because when
Yeah,
you do that, again, it's like, how do you learn how to walk? You fall repeatedly. How do you learn how to talk?
exactly.
You say gibberish for a while, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh, man, I love that. Well,
Yeah, I'm loving this, bro.
oh, dude, of course, man. Again, like creatives chat, it's one of those things where it's like, there's so many different avenues that people can relate to every conversation that goes on in this show, because we're all out here trying to do the same stuff, live a happy, loving life. And when
Yep.
you find it, what brings out that joy within each person, it's just like, okay, that's a little nugget of wisdom I'm gonna keep. Like, I better be seeing "please do review" on one of them shirts,
Oh,
bro.
plan do review.
Yeah, man, plan do review. That's definitely a Rich Nobody clothing line apparel.
Yeah, right. Fuck yeah. I like that, bro.
I'm popping in the room.
Oh yeah,
Hello, everybody. I'm back.
how's it
Yo,
going, Rusty?
yo.
I've thoroughly enjoyed this chat. I got to say, I have been taking notes. I have at least a page, perhaps a page and a
Dope.
half. And I thought that was your vision board in the behind you as well. So I'm glad
Yeah,
that
yeah.
Peter asked. That's
Oh yeah.
incredible that you have it out there, and I find that vital as well. I use whiteboards, and so I'm constantly having my to do. I call it my hit list.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And so the priorities. But what I find out about what I found out about you is that you really truly have an entrepreneurial mind,
Yes, sir.
that it's not your typical average mind. When you take, first of all, being an artist, I've had to coach several artists in the past about how to be a businessman, because being a creative, it's so easy to just get lost in that and being the creative and not care about numbers and business. And I'm making music for the sake of making music. I get that. But at the same time,
Yeah,
if there's any kind of longevity and you want to turn this into a livelihood, there
right.
needs you need to take your your busyness and turn it into a business.
Right.
I like that.
Otherwise, you're just busy.
Right, exactly.
And but I think that's also the hardest transition, though,
Yeah.
is there's from a quote maybe 9 to 5 job or taking what they love into a business, because some maybe fear that they may fall out of love with it, or
Yeah.
they don't want to make any money for what they love already. Like, how can I charge
Yeah.
you for this? I'd be doing it anyway. I've encountered that myself. Like, how do I put a price tag on this? Like, I love it. Like, I'm doing it for me. But
Right.
you want some?
I hear you though.
And the transition, though, I've what I say is that to be a creative and to have a business mind can be a daunting task, or it can, because it can feel overwhelming if you're brand new to it, or it can be a learning opportunity.
Yeah, right.
And so, but the thing about it, that once you do make that crossover and be able to, have both hemispheres of your brain working in unison, to me, the analytical mind and the creative, free thinking mind be able to marry and get along, because really that's sometimes what's in conflict is I'm too analytical and not creative enough, or I'm too creative and not, so finding that balance and harmony to me is a lifelong process. Like, how do you do that? Well, like you said, you F up, and that's the only way you find out is it's a process of elimination. You find out,
Yeah.
you figure out what doesn't work.
Exactly.
Well, and like you said, a fool will only do it again because, like, I already found out that doesn't work.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
And a lot of our training and what we share with others is what to avoid.
Facts.
Right?
100%.
Well,
Oh, yeah.
what works for me may not work for you, but I can tell you what doesn't work.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
And if you can get it to work, let me know.
Right.
So the entrepreneurial mind, though, takes a business and uses the creative energy behind it. And so you'll always see that the difference between a small business and an entrepreneur run business is there's some sort of innovation interwoven with it. Like, there's something that sets it apart, and they have a unique style of which they offer, or a unique way in which they provide the service.
Yeah.
They take something and they twist it. There's always like because and they're typically always the first, and then everyone else follows, right?
Yeah.
And so there's always copycats. Everyone's waiting for the first, and it's always the entrepreneur that they understand the risk, and
Yeah.
they understand. They may or may not know exactly what they're getting themselves into, but they also get that it's going to be a hit or miss.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm 50% right here.
That's where you find
Hope
the
we
bullshit
land on
too.
the right side.
Exactly. Well, it weeds out. I think it just weeds out the sincerity of people too, that I find. And that's a great point, Rusty, because it comes back to that game of, like, what are you going to really do to stand out, and how are people going to kind of replicate that? And if they do kind of replicate that, how are you going to keep evolving and growing? And I think that's a difference between, like, the small business and, like, the entrepreneurial small business, is that, or because it grows into a big business, it keeps evolving, it keeps leveling up.
And I think there's a cooperation that occurs, though.
Yeah.
Where with like, this doesn't become work, because with business it's work, and it's heavy, and it's a slog, and there's a duty and obligation, and then with an entrepreneur it becomes more of a lifestyle. It becomes a game, and so almost like, I can see where your athletic background would fall easily into this.
Yes,
put on the game face, time to get to work here. You really do have to tackle it like every project is a game, not the Super Bowl. You're preparing for the Super Bowl, but you got to take it as you win some, you lose some. That was my father's advice to me, son. You win some and you lose some. And because there's days where I felt like, wow, because he was also my coach. He was my soccer coach. He was my track coach. And I would get overly critical of myself. and you just shake it off, shake it off. There's
Yeah.
there's another meet.
Yeah.
There's always another meet. There's another game. Whatever it
Yeah.
is. And so it gets to the point where you learn by the mistakes and become eventually those become forgotten, and because you're creating bigger problems.
Yeah.
You learn to find out that when you play a big game, you get big problems.
Yeah, right.
You take on big risk, and
Yep.
as those that step up, sometimes are the ones that it is the leap of faith.
Yeah.
Like sometimes risks are calculated, but that's where the analytical mind can end, because you can't calculate everything. You don't know what tomorrow holds. You don't know. I've done a lot of business plans, making a 1 year, 3 year, 5 year forecast.
Yeah.
It's all make believe.
Yeah,
I get that they're benchmarks, and it's good to make benchmarks.
Mm.
But what I would also say is that the only way you could actually have anything to compare them to is to go out and create your own benchmarks.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
Well, I think that's the thing that we kind of touched up on, though. It's like, when you actually have the difference between just doing something for the fun and then actually having like the entrepreneurial mindset, is that you're scaling it. It's the scalability. And it's like, and you don't master that level and go to the next one until you really fully get that first thing where it's like, okay, this is what I'm pushing out. This is that product. This is my message. And then boom, level up. Boom, level
Yep.
up. You surround
Yep.
yourself with masters.
You got to get clear on what your message is, right? That's
Exactly.
number one.
Exactly. And
And-
that's
and-
exactly why I say be authentically you, because if
Yeah.
you should know who you are. And if you don't, then you're going to have a problem. But as long as you can bottle that up and be genuine about really trying to provide value to the person, like then I think then you have something, then you have something that people will continuously come back for, because like I said before, people can tell you're bullshit.
Yeah.
So
I call that pretense. But bullshit will work. Call it as it is.
Yeah, that's all that people spot it out quick, man. People are not dumb at all. So, and I think the fool is the only person that thinks people will fall for that.
Yeah.
So,
well, and that comes back to that point of like genuine audience and like genuine support, because when you have those type of, I said it earlier in like the chat, like sheep, or when you have like the instant gratification folk, they're like fads. It's like
yeah,
the next one that's going to be the shiny new object. They're going to be like, ooh, what's that? And they're going to throw you over their shoulder and not even remember you anymore. And it's like, but when you get that small, no matter the group, when you have a good following, it's like, I like to see things as like energy, like we were talking about earlier. And it's like the law of inertia, you could think about it. So it's like, it's like a planet forming. It'll just gain more and more mass and start accumulating more and more people, more and more looks, more and more direction. And then it just starts to build and build and build. And then all of a sudden you get more planetary things coming in. You got different artists, you got different creatives, you got different people. And then like, it's almost like the Avengers, like the team assembles. And then you just level up from there.
Yeah, exactly. They're not technically followers. They become community members.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. Well,
they're really, it's really like you're building your own family or something,
True.
Yeah,
Well, I think that's one of the things about Creatives Chat too, is like, I think through all of this, I already know that every person we've had on would have an amazing conversation with anyone in the group that we've had on. Because again, it's like that like-minded, just that drive for life, that drive for inner looking and inner development and outer development and manifestation. Like it all comes hand in hand. And I think that's something that I think is really powerful about this platform, is that it's gaining steam too. You can see it. More and more people are listening, and it's like, oh, okay, I like that message. Ooh, I like this. Ooh, I like that. And that gets,
man.
It's dope. It's dope just to connect again, man. Just again, like look at it where you've been at, where you come from, and just like the empire you're building. That's how I always like to see it. We're building empires right now.
For sure.
Oh yeah.
So before we go here, we'll wrap this up here.
Yes, sir.
It's crazy.
Fire Underwater is your latest project.
I am going to be putting that out very, very soon. I'm looking towards the middle of next month. I wanted to do
Okay.
it. I wanted to drop it this month, but I ended up letting my I didn't want to stretch myself thin, so I just focused on my store and
Yeah.
getting my online store up for the clothing, because a lot of that is gonna tie back in. The clothing line will tie back in with the music once it drops. You know what I mean?
I
And
love it.
people start seeing videos and stuff, and only thing that I'm wearing is my own clothing. You know, and they're
Ooh,
gonna be like, "Where did you get that from?" You
the
know?
connected dots. Yeah.
Yeah, cross marketing, bro.
I'm about to
Facts.
say cross promos too. Yeah, that's next level.
Yeah.
And so, oh, okay. This brought up Think and Grow Rich.
Yes, sir.
You referenced that, so obviously you've read it.
Yeah.
So this would be one of the tenets from that book, which is go the extra mile.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Always. I forgot always. Like there's no
Yeah.
exceptions. Always go the extra
Yes,
mile.
sir, man.
And
You
so
know,
I can see where you go, okay, hold off a month. Let's go another mile.
exactly. Hey, you know, one thing that I heard before, Zig Ziglar said this: "There's no traffic on the extra mile."
Wide open
Ooh.
lane, folks.
It's so true though. And I think that's just the ability, that's just the next level mindset though, man. Cause it's being
Yep.
able to, it's the chess moves again, where it's you're setting yourself up for it's like, okay, this is the checkmate. Cause again, it's
Yeah.
just like you're interconnecting all the different skills. And I feel like when people start to actually think in that scope of strategy and that scope of just like applying your own talent, it's literally limitless potential with all of this. I love it.
Yeah.
Bro. I
Yeah,
love it.
bro.
So let's end on this thought. Because entrepreneurs, to me, I've heard this somewhere else, are the only type of people that'll work 60 to 70 hours a week to avoid working 40.
That is so true.
Yes. And so that's how you know when you're an entrepreneur. And we were saying that if you're focused on what's fun, you know how they say time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah.
Those 60 to 70 hours just fly by.
Yeah.
Facts. Facts.
So I'd like to thank you again for coming on Creatives Chat, Ike. It was fun having you on the show.
Oh
Yeah,
man, I love
likewise,
it.
Rusty.
This
I
show
appreciate you
has
guys,
flown
man.
by. It's been
It
that
really
much
has.
fun. Until next week, everybody.
Oh, yeah.
Have a happy always. And that concludes this episode of Creatives Chat. Thank you for watching. Join us every Thursday at 3:33 p.m. Pacific Daily Time as creative minds get together and chat about who knows what. View more episodes on our YouTube channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Thanks again to our sponsors for making this show possible.